Okay, so you've done multiplying fractions, you've worked that out. Now we're going to do dividing fractions. Now it's slightly different. Let me show you an example. So if we've got an example that it says 2/5 is divided by 3/7. Okay, now what is the opposite of multiplication? The opposite of multiplication is division. Okay, now we know how to multiply. So if we change things around, we can do that, and I'll show you how. What you do is you look at your second, your second number, your second fraction, and what you do is you do a switcheroo. By doing a switcheroo, you're actually going to make your sum look like this. It's going to say 2/5, and it's going to say 7/3. Now remember, we're only doing the second part of it. So we're switcherooing that around. Now because we're switching that around, we've got to change that division into a multiplication. Okay? And now we just multiply as usual. So we would go 2 times 7, 5 times 3. So 2 times 7 would give you 14. 5 times 3 would give you 15, and we know that you can't go any smaller than that. So your answer to that there is 14/15. And you do it by taking the second part, making a switcheroo, and because you've made a switcheroo, you multiply. Those two have to work in one system. Okay, let's do another example where we will include mixed fractions. So let's look here. Let's do 2 1/4 divided by 1 1/3. So the first thing we do, change it to improper fractions. So 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9/4 divided by 1 times 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4 divided by 3. Okay, so now we want to divide, so we've got to do a switcheroo. When we do a switcheroo, what has to go with it? A multiplication. So we're going to switcheroo that and change that. So we're going to go 9/4, that remains the same. Then we're going to go multiplied by, switcheroo means it's 3/4. Now we're going to do the multiplication. 9 times 3 gives me 27. 4 times 4 gives me 16. I can't leave it like that, because if I leave it like that, it's improper. So I have to make it to a mixed fraction. So how many times does 16 go into 27? It will go in once with a remainder of 11/16. Can we make the 11/16 smaller? No, I don't reckon we can. So our answer is 1 11/16. Okay, so remember, switcheroo your second number, and with a switcheroo comes the multiplication. Go ahead and do your division once.